Elias Thorne was not the kind of man you'd expect to see wandering through the shackle market.
Stabilizing the relay now.
A place so infamous that even hardened smugglers avoided it. He was human, old, gray-bearded, and quiet. A retired engineer who would spend decades drifting from one frontier colony to another in search of peace. Peace, however, was hard to find on the outer rim. As Elias stepped into the dusty bazaar, he saw rows of cages lined with alien girls, most of them stolen from their villages or sold by desperate families. They were kept like property, branded with digital tags on their wrists. Elias hated slavery with a burning, private rage. He had lost his wife to pirates 20 years earlier because no one bothered to help her, no one paid the ransom, no one intervened. And Elias had spent years wishing someone had cared. Now, whenever he saw injustice, something inside him snapped. Old man, the slaver croaked, leaning on the railing. Looking for a worker? A servant? A comfort girl? I got all types. Elias glared. Open the cages. I'm buying them. All of them? The slaver laughed. You got that kind of money? Elias tapped his wrist pad. I transferred it. The slaver checked the numbers. His jaw dropped. Well, they're yours then. Elias didn't smile. He didn't celebrate. He simply walked to the cages and said, You're all free now. The alien girls stared at him, confused. Free? No one bought slaves to set them free. Slavers were terrified of this act. It ruined business. But Elias didn't care. He broke their digital tags, gave them food and water, and opened the gate. Some cried. Some bowed. Some ran into the streets, whooping with joy. But 3 girls stayed behind. A tall, turquoise-skinned warrior named Ravala, a soft-spoken healer named Miri, and a fierce, fox-eared scout named Lessa. Elias frowned. You 3 don't want to leave? Ravala shook her head. We have nowhere to go. Our tribe doesn't take back broken ones. Miri whispered. We saw our villages burned. We have no home. Lessa added. If we leave alone, we will be captured again. Elias sighed. I can take you somewhere safe. Safe where? Ravala challenged. To my farm. It's quiet. No one bothers me. You can stay for a few days until you find your path. The girls looked at each other and nodded. We choose you, Miri said. For now. Elias didn't know it then, but this choice would change his entire life. The farm of strangers. Elias' home was a lonely patch of green on a small terraformed moon called Gray Shore. It had a good climate, thick forest, and a cabin built by hand. The girls were amazed. You live alone? Lessa asked, sniffing the air like a curious fox. Always, Elias replied. We'll fix that, Miri giggled. They settled quickly. Ravala helped with heavy work, hauling water tanks and repairing fences. Miri cleaned the house, humming softly. Lessa chased pests away from the fields with her quick feet and sharper tongue. Elias found himself smiling again, something he thought he had forgotten how to do. At night, they sat by the fireplace. Elias carved wooden figures while the girls listened to old human stories about Earth, oceans, and animals they'd never seen. But you saved us, Miri said one night. Why? Elias took a deep breath. Because someone should have saved my wife, and they didn't. So I swore I'd never walk past suffering again. The girls exchanged a silent look, part sympathy, part admiration. Ravala touched his shoulder gently. You saved us. That makes you our protector. Our alpha. Elias laughed. I'm no alpha. I'm just an old man. Old men can be heroes, Lessa said, ears flicking. He didn't know why, but their words warmed him more than the fire. The danger returns. One morning, a ship landed outside the farm. Heavily armed traffickers emerged. The same slavers Elias had crippled when he bought the girls. The leader spat. You cost us a fortune, old man. We're here for the girls, and for your head. Before Elias could move, Ravala stepped forward with a spear she had carved from scrap metal. You want us, she growled. Come take us. The slavers laughed. Then Lessa leaped onto the roof, bow drawn. Miri kneeled beside Elias, hands glowing with healing energy. Elias realized something in that moment. They weren't his burden. They were his family. Get inside, he whispered. No, Rivala said. We fight as one. Elias clenched his jaw and grabbed his old plasma rifle, rusted, but still deadly. The fight was fast and brutal. Rivala charged like a storm, scattering slavers. Lessa shot down anyone trying to flank. Elias provided cover fire with precise, engineer-steady aim. Miri healed wounds as quickly as they formed. The slavers fled, but their threat remained. We have to leave, Elias said. They'll return with more. No, Rivala put her hand over his. We stay. We defend our home. Elias froze. Our home. He had lived alone for so long the word made his chest ache. The unexpected proposal. Months passed. The farm thrived. Elias found himself talking more, laughing more, even dreaming again. One evening, the girls gathered around him looking unusually serious. Miri spoke first. We have chosen something. Elias raised an eyebrow. Chosen what? You, Lessa said simply. Rivala stood tall. According to our customs, a protector who risks his life for us is worthy of becoming our bonded mate. Elias nearly dropped his carving knife. What? No. I freed you. You don't owe me anything. It is not debt, Miri said softly. It is love. Elias felt his old heart pounding. He had closed himself off for years, convinced he would die alone. These girls were young, beautiful, and full of life. He was just Sim. I'm too old, he whispered. Rivala smiled. Our species lives 200 years. You are not old to us. Lessa leaned against him. You give us safety, warmth, home. That is what a mate gives. Miri cupped his hands gently. Let's give you the same. Elias swallowed hard. And all three of you want this? They nodded in perfect unison. We are a triad, Rivala explained. We share one bond. We want you in it. Tears filled Elias' eyes. After decades of loneliness, after losing everything, after believing his heart had turned to dust, he had found love again. Unexpected, unplanned, unbelievable. I accept, he whispered. The girls wrapped their arms around him, warm and trembling, and for the first time in decades, Elias felt whole. Epilogue, the family they built. The farm became legendary over time, not because of the dinosaurs, not because of the battles, not because of the slavers buried in the woods, but because of the old human who refused to walk past suffering, and the 3 alien girls who refused to abandon the man who saved them. Years later, visitors would see an old house on a quiet moon, surrounded by gardens and laughter. Inside lived a stubborn human engineer with silver hair, a fierce turquoise warrior, a gentle healer, a playful fox-eared scout, and eventually children of mixed species running through the fields. A family built on kindness, a love born from protection, a life none of them expected, but all of them cherished. And every night, when the stars lit the sky, Elias would whisper, I thought I was rescuing you, but you rescued me too.